You're watching ciLiving, sponsored by Stephanie Pratt.
I'm here at Kankakee Community College, and right now I'm talking with Jay here. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
So tell me what you're studying here.
So at KCC, I'm studying to be welding and technology, and I'm hopefully in the future, from what I'm learning from all the 3 different processes, to get a job.
And what are the 3 processes that you're learning?
Right now, I'm sheet metal arc welding, MIG, and TIG. And furthermore, I just want to get into pipe in the future, which is like one of the last courses here that you will learn, and hopefully next semester.
So that's what you're most looking forward to?
Yeah.
All right, well, you're gonna have a great time in that class, and then once you finish, what are you gonna do with your career?
I wanted to go into the Pipe Fitters Union in Chicago, Illinois. If that's not the case, then I could also move to Texas. That's where all the pipelines are at. So
I think you can do it right here in Chicago. I have faith in you. Follow your dreams. All right, well, I'm gonna go try my hand at welding. I am in the Kankakee Community College welding lab, and in a few minutes I'm going to try welding, but first I'm going to chat with Cory. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to see you here.
All right, so tell me a little bit about what you do here in the welding lab.
So currently on Fridays I'm teaching an advanced welding class, and it's teaching stick welding in multiple positions. We have an associate's degree available, also other certificates, just underneath that umbrella of the degree. So that's what I'm doing on Fridays out here. And
then what does a degree in welding translate to in the workforce?
The degree gets you 2 opportunities. One, you're just very well-rounded, also some machining background. There's AutoCAD classes, so you're just very well-rounded with that. You also could take that further for a bachelor's, get into the engineering realm outside of the community college. So.
And then what kind of jobs could you get as a welder?
There's really, I always ask the students, try and think of one area that does not involve welding.
Oh, okay.
One career, one realm of society almost. I mean, the cars we drive, all the way to, there's even plastic welding.
Really?
Yeah, you know, those things you buy at the store and you can't even open the package.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually, that seam is plastic welded.
Wow.
So there's way more than just 2 pieces of metal going together. So.
Interesting. And when I think of welding, I always think of underwater welding, like ships and things like that. How does it translate, or is there further training needed?
Yeah, there's definitely further training. I personally haven't done it. In order to do that, you have to be a certified diver, and then also hours and passing certification tests. Welding underwater.
Right,
so.
But I feel like this would be a good baseline.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, get your hands, the eye coordination, stuff like that, just to know if you're going to be capable of doing that.
Right. Well, and I tried on this helmet that you gave me a few minutes ago, and that's a pretty narrow field of vision. So I'm excited to get started. What are you going to teach me to do today?
Today, we'll start with a MIG welder. A lot of, I'll say, production welding. Caterpillar, for example.
Oh.
If you got a job doing that, most of the processes they do is with MIG welding.
Okay.
So this would be a good production opportunity, I guess.
All right, and this shirt that you've given me is flame resistant. I know this helmet, obviously eye protection. What else do I need?
So we'll have gloves. So safety glasses, gloves, jacket. We'll have leather boots, jeans.
Okay.
I always recommend anything cotton.
Oh, all right.
Synthetic materials. If you get sparks, metal on you, it'll stick to your skin. So
okay, good to know.
Recommended,
cotton is recommended.
Yep.
All right.
Well,
let's do it. Well, Cory and I are in a welding booth, and what are we going to weld, Cory?
So today, with most of the students, any of the classes, we start out just getting that muscle memory down to begin with, getting familiar with the welding arc. So we'll just be running just a bead on a flat plate.
Okay.
Just to visualize, to know what you're going to be looking at when you're making that
All right.
weld.
So what do I do?
All right. I'll do one just to demonstrate.
Okay.
So you can see through your hood.
Okay.
What you should be looking at when we're doing this. So
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and do one on this plate here.
Okay.
So just watch. It should look like a molten, almost like a glob of water
Okay.
that's moving across this plate here.
All right, cool.
So, all right, ready?
Yep. Whoa.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy, and I saw all the sparks flying.
Yep.
Woo! It smells interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so
So now
I'll hand it over here.
my turn?
So the welding gun, you'll get it, you know,
Okay.
about a ½ inch away from the plate.
Okay.
It's almost, you ever done the caulk in your bathroom?
Yes.
Anything like that?
Uh-huh.
That's how I kind of like to visualize.
Okay.
Just nice, steady.
Straight line.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and you'll pull the trigger when you're ready.
The red trigger.
And it'll stop when you let go of the trigger.
Okay.
So that's how.
All right. Wish me luck.
So.
Whoa. That was not a good start.
There you go, your first.
I was gonna say that was my first attempt.
Yeah.
Here, you take that before and let's see if we'll hold this up to the camera. So that was where it went all crazy at the beginning, and then that was my line. Not terrible.
Yeah,
it's really hot, even through the gloves.
Yeah.
Woo.
The welding arc, you're going to be maybe 10,000 degrees, something like that. So
Okay.
very concentrated.
So now I know why we're doing the gloves.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for giving me a welding lesson. I appreciate it.